another episode of the Wonderful Workshop. We're here with Sal again on this wonderful Sunday, October Sunday. Um, so Sal, you were just mentioning how I know we talked about your training last time. Before I hit record, you mentioned how like the training you've been doing and the workouts you have been doing have it just been wrong. Could you speak to that?
You just said wrong.
I mean, like, isn't that what you said?
like, uh, I would, not wrong. I mean, they're just, they're, the intention is there, but yeah, I mean, it's clearly not, they're just not orchestrated to yield result.
Just ignore that. Ignore that. Ignore that. It'll my girlfriend's is cooking downstairs. I
Oh
apologize
my
for
gosh.
that. Oh my god, that was funny. That was funny.
Anyways, what the fuck? This dude's house is burning down.
No, we continue with the show. It's more important. Oh man, so yeah, no, like, look, maybe wrong is not the right word. Um, maybe you look. I feel like the best way I could describe it is like you say that you're like maining yourself, and did you have someone?
I said maiming myself because you used the word maiming, but no, it's so the thing is this, right? I started climbing less than a. I don't want to like. I'm not using raw training data. Like like technically I had my membership for like about a year, but like I've only been climbing for like maybe I'd like to say give or take like 9, 10 months. I'm approaching a year, like actual
It's been a year of you doing this almost so far. I feel like it's been like you've been doing
climbing.
this for years.
Or training in general,
Yeah,
like lifting weights and stuff. I've started since high school, right?
yeah, that makes sense.
I did my powerlifting. I did a bit of powerlifting, like about 1 to 2 years of powerlifting. Um, at first I started off bodybuilding in ninth grade, so I did it ninth, 10th. So that's 2 years, and then, or no, sorry, I stopped in 10th. Anyways, but yeah, I've been training for raw training, yeah, for a while now since high
Very
school.
awesome, dude. So,
Thanks.
but like, so when you say, so basically the stuff you're doing now, there's no rhyme or reason to it, and someone's trying to help you get that rhyme and reason.
So climbing's a very complicated sport. It's not like lifting where you can just essentially choose an exercise,
Yeah.
apply a scheme where you're just progressively. So progressive overload has been is like the namesake go to like programming scheme to developing and tracking and just essentially like getting strong, like progressing. Like the idea is you start off light. You're trying to control the amount of stress you induce on your body. You start off light, and as the week go on, you slightly add more intensity. And the way you the way you parameterize that can be either via weights, rep scheme, uh, um, perceived exertion. So there's it's complicated, right? But it's the thing that works, and it's pretty controlled in that manner if you track it. And you can essentially like dedicate like 6 weeks. You start off light, you slightly add more weight, you taper off and you peak around week 5 to 6, and then you deload. In other words, you basically cut the intensity by half, give your body some time to rest, and then you repeat that block again, and you just keep on compounding. And that's essentially, at that point, it's just about how much you eat, you sleep, and how your genetics and how your body responds to stress and overall fatigue and all of that. And then, you end up seeing people that go insane, sicko mode. They hit insane amount of numbers or whatever. But this is just for like strength. This is for just like strength related activity.
Yeah.
With climbing, it's very hard to do that. It's like it's very dynamic. It's very each climb is very unique in its own right. So it's very hard to like pinpoint how to really program. And so that's what I'm trying to do. But the problem with me is that I'm doing too much too fast, because the thing with climbing is that it's not just your muscles and like, it's your connective tissue, it's your skeleton, it's a skill-based sport, right? It's not like, for example, weighted pull-ups where I essentially can master the form pretty easily, and I just literally focus on pull-ups. Like climbing is way more dynamic, way more complicated compared to just me training weighted pull-ups. Problem is that in my brain, I equate I'm equating strength equal better climb, but that's just not the case. And when you try to add too many things at once, it's a recipe for disaster. That's why I'm like, I constantly end up injuring myself. Albeit, I think it's good and bad. Good in the sense that I'm like learning more about things that my body can potentially expect to happen if I go overload it. Bad in the sense that it obviously limits my ability to progress as fast as I'd want to in that given time. So to answer your question about this whole thing, yes, technically I am doing wrong workouts, but it's like, one, coaching is expensive, especially for climbing. And I'm not willing. I'm basically willing to just experiment on myself
Yeah, I was
and
about to
figure it out
say,
on my own.
from a noob's perspective, like I know personal coaching trainers can be costly, but like, what's the going rate for a personal climbing coach?
I mean, it really just depends on their portfolio. When I say portfolio, I mean their achievements,
I'm sorry, portfolio was just funny. Go on, go on.
their resume, I guess. Their, what they bring to the table, right? Like I'm talking to this guy. I was talking to this guy this morning, right? The reason why I'm interested in his training specifically is because he has a fucking 120 kilogram pull up. That's insane. That's over 200.
Yeah, yeah.
That's an insane. It's like, to be able to do something like that. It's like it goes something. Of course, the weighted pull up is a very simple exercise by itself, but to be able to essentially compound that and you know hit numbers like that, it's just there's something deep, like the conditions have to be very controlled. Like a 1 rep max pull up is completely different from just like doing sets of 3 or whatever. It's a completely different beast. It's its own like entity. It's its own thing to be able to like hit a number such as like that. Obviously, I'm not in like, it's gonna be very impossible. Like, it's practically impossible for me. And plus, it's not my goal, right? My goal is to hit a 1 times body weight, which is very hard also in its own right. That's an insane number to hit. But on top of it, I'm trying to get better at climbing. So what it comes down to really is just reevaluating my goals.
So, are we talking like almost this dude costing like upwards of almost like $60 an hour of his time?
He's basically charging me. He would be charging me like 130 USD for 4 weeks, right? So, and again, this is online coaching.
Online coaching. Oh wow.
Yeah, so he's not even like physically here. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's I think it's pretty expensive. I think,
Would you prefer? I mean, is there a benefit of having someone physically present versus it just being online?
well, for weightlifting, for like pull-ups, it doesn't matter. For climbing, definitely having a personal, having a coach that can watch you, I think is extremely important versus having like an online coach. And now in hindsight, I'm thinking like I probably don't need this guy's coaching. Like I would need the way he thinks, like his the way he like that's the thing that I would want because then that lasts me forever, right? Like if I can understand how he approaches training, right? From just like a scientific and like stress from just like his experience, that's the thing that I'm essentially paying for, right? Like,
Yeah.
um, so it's multifaceted.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
can, it's complicated. Like right now, right now I realize like okay, I have to limit myself because I'm also trying to include running into the equation. So there's a lot of things going on. Like
Running,
I'm doing
strength, calisthenics, technique.
yeah
Yeah.
climbing as well. Like
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I wish I wish I had infinite money. Anyways,
Oh yeah. That's well. Thank you for that update, man. It's crazy. Um, seriously, I wish you the best, and trying to juggle all that with your free time, while also, navigating different parts of your life that would probably get into.
slaving away at a yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, but one of the things, one of the topics I had for today, which is, you know, I want to, and I can open it up, kind of talk about it, is I wonder, and maybe this is just a me problem, maybe it's people around our age. I'm scared that I'm becoming too casual in gaming. Now, when I say casual, I feel like I've been casual for a long time, but when I mean like, I worry that the amount of game time I can do is almost casual like in nature. And what I mean by
Well,
that
first,
is like,
no, sorry.
yeah. So like, I'm playing a game, let's say Red Dead Redemption 2, right? When I
Beautiful game.
was when I was able to play it about a week or two ago, I noticed, man, after like with work and school and try to clean the house and make sure dinner and or eating dinner, spending time with your significant other. I'm just like, wow. After like an hour, hour and a half, I'm just, I'm just like tired. I'm just like, I feel like I can't play anymore. I had to keep taking breaks, I had to keep pausing, and like, is that just like a me problem with my energy levels? Are we just losing time to play? Like I feel like the most competitive things I could do now is like PVE activities. I don't know if I could do PvP, dude. I know. I'm just that's what we're fucking laughing for. like, dude, I
I'm
can't.
just remembering like
Yeah,
when
dude.
we used to play Destiny, you just always betrayed with the boomers,
Yeah,
the
no,
raid.
dude. Like, I remember back when we played Destiny, dude. Like, I remember doing the King's Fall raid um all night once. Like, I mean, like dude, we were like up all night from like dusk to dawn running it. And I don't know why we were struggling so much. I think we were helping a group of people out. But like, dude, like I remember I used to play that game all night long. Like I would be able to just stay up
Yeah.
all night long, maybe nap for a little
Yep.
bit, get back on Destiny. It was like literally an overtime job for me. And
Yeah.
dude, if you told me to stay up playing video games to like let me put it this way. Oh, if I had no work or anything, Friday night into the weekend, I think I could possibly push 12 a.m. Maybe.
Elf.
maybe 11.
Yeah,
I think 11, dude. Like my body
yeah.
starts wanting to shut down around 10 to 11. Like I'm usually laying down at least by 10 or 11. But
Mm.
it's like I don't know, man. I'm just worried that like I'm losing my touch gaming. Like I don't want that to be the case. You know, I look at you have to time box everything. You got work. For me, just work, classes, personal health, my girlfriend time. Did I put work? Did I say work yet?
Yeah, you did. That was the
Yeah,
first thing you said.
yeah. Like, um, there's like so many.
Other like other just like adult, like you could just box one thing as like an adult things to do, because I think a big part of like, having time, right? Like video games is a
It's a
form of
hobby.
entertainment,
Yeah,
right?
it's a
I
hobby.
mean, it's a hobby, but it's more importantly, it's
Fun,
entertainment,
fun. It's
right? It's
entertainment. Yeah.
it's entertainment. And you know, when we're kids, like we're not adults, right? We don't have responsibilities. Our biggest responsibility is just going to school, and that's like what, 8 hours a day.
Yep.
Um,
I remember that.
so 8 hours a day. You also need like another eight to sleep. So it's like you have, and also when you're younger, it's just like you can you can afford to stay up more, right? It doesn't impact your health as much as it does now for us, right? And also, you're just a kid, man. Like video games are just they unlock a part of your imagination. It's makes you very like there's something about it that just reels you in. It's a form of escapism,
I
I
feel like
guess.
that escapism though, I still get in certain games. It depends. More often than not, and especially recently. Sorry, I'm like I haven't ate, and when I don't eat, I yawn a lot and I get sleepy. It's weird. Um,
Look
but
at that.
like horror games, Minecraft, and open world games. Depends on what it is. I feel like that's like the number one games right now that still offer that escapism. Like, um, and I like to play games that immerse me. You know, I think those are gonna be. I think that's very important. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I could ever play like a COD multiplayer. I would go back and play old ones for nostalgia purposes, but like, I don't. I'm not part of any big multiplayer game. Um, I like co-op horror games. I like co-op cooperative games still, but like trying to get time when everyone's available, I think that's also hard. And I feel like I'm more relegated to just single player experiences now. I feel like
Totally makes sense.
I just feel like with my time schedule, I can only really afford to play games where I don't have to rely on someone else being there to enjoy the full experience, which sucks. Um, and yeah, I feel like right now, like Battlefield 6 looks amazing, right? It's an incredible looking game. It's
mhm.
incredibly amounts of fun, probably. Do I own it? No. Would I love to play it? I probably, but it would be very casual. Like I wouldn't be able to grind out the hours in it. Um,
Mhm.
I just couldn't. You know, I feel like there's just one game I'm truly looking forward to, and um, yeah, it's just GTA 6, dude. That's it. That's all I'm looking forward to is GTA 6. I can't think of
Yeah,
actually. No, I take that back. There's a horror game coming from Hideo Kojima. I'm looking forward to. I'm gonna open my Steam wish list while we're talking. Also,
yeah. I'm
uh,
actually looking at Steam right now as we're talking.
I think it's literally just GTA 6. Anything
What
that.
about Requiem? I'm excited for Requiem, or Resident Evil Requiem.
Oh right, yeah, Resident Evil Requiem. Is that even on my wish list yet?
On my wish list.
Yeah, Resident Evil
Uh,
Requiem. Yeah, that's gonna be an insane title. So like, there's games I'm still looking forward
there
to,
are
and
games.
yeah,
Yeah,
there are.
GTA is gonna be a big one. I mean, that's like probably the biggest one that's gonna.
Are you gonna buy yourself an Xbox or a PlayStation for it? Or are you gonna wait that?
Nah,
You're
nah.
gonna wait. You're gonna
I'm
wait for PC
yeah.
release.
Yeah, and
GTA
honestly, I might
6.
have to do the same for Witcher 4 as well. Yeah.
Witcher 4 isn't getting a PC release at the start?
I don't know. I don't think so. I need to
Let's check
see.
it
They
out.
haven't even. They haven't. Let's see.
Open up something for the people on stream as well. It says let me share my screen.
Yes, it will be. Yes, it'll have the same release dates
What was that to say? That wouldn't
for
definitely
all platforms.
yeah. Definitely says so. The Witcher 4 is scheduled to release on PC along with PlayStation 5 and Xbox XS. But it
I'm
will
so
not be
excited for
available
this.
before 2027. The game is currently in development.
Yeah.
Interesting. Um
Well, it says though it is being developed with a console first approach. So
so I think that's an interesting question then. Because you have now there's multiple ways you can look at this. For instance, I'm like probably the silent majority of people who would buy a console just for a game. Now, what do I mean by that is like I bought a PS5 just to play The Last of Us 1 and 2 because they weren't on PC at the time. And God of War. None of those games were on PC at the time. Did I regret that purchase? No, I still enjoyed the hell out of those titles. They were immaculate experiences. I 100% like I loved it. GTA 6 though? I mean, the last time GTA 5 and the last time we had a new GTA title was back when I was like 14 years old, right? Like it's going to be a huge ass game. Like I'm keeping my like I would sell my PS5 Pro if I could. I only really got it for Death Stranding. Um that's actually
it's
it.
funny. It's just funny how you. Yeah, I mean, it's there. I would so to to go back to what you were saying about you being casual. I think
That's a
this
very
what
hardcore
you're
thing
just
to do.
explaining, right? Yeah, exactly. You're just so we basically just found the answer to your question, right? So you aren't casual, right? Like I mean, casual in what sense though?
I'm probably just
In
losing time to play as much as like I feel like my time I play is
things
casual.
just shifted. Not
Yeah.
things just shift naturally as you grow older. Like life is just it's not it's not constant. It's always shifting. And so yeah, like your time to game has obviously shrank. The type of games you also used to play also changed, but that's because of you being an adult and having other responsibilities that are more important, right? That have more impacts to your life. So
Which is good. I mean, some people will actually let those game take precedent over said hobbies.
yeah, and well,
I've seen. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen people who like not go to work, moving with family, just game. I mean,
yeah,
it's. Why are you so? Why are we like thinking of someone right now?
yeah. I'm thinking of some couple.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Won't mention any names.
Uh, no, but like, it's. I think that's. I think that's honestly. I'm gonna give you a lot of credit. It takes a lot of willpower and discipline. Like, cause like I feel like you care more about Witcher than you do Grand Theft Auto, and so I can see you waiting for GTA 6 to come to PC before you even try playing it. But I'm actually kind of shocked that you would wait for The Witcher though. Like I really could see you trying to get like a Xbox Series X off eBay for maybe like 200,
Yeah.
300 just to play The Witcher 4.
The thing is for me is that so my whole thing was I was going to literally upgrade for The Witcher. I
That's
was literally going to get a new graphics card. And I actually didn't know that this game is being released I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll change, but if it's gonna first be released on console, then yeah, I mean, assuming if we just assume that the console price is cheap, but see, again, yeah, I want to play the game. I want to experience the game on a PC, right? I want to experience that amazing graphics because I mean, it's on the new Unreal Engine. I mean, the tech demo was just so beautiful.
It was, dude. Like,
Um,
and I mean that's another thing. Like, it's gonna come to PC eventually. Death Stranding 2 will come to PC. GT 6 will come to PC. They're banking on people like me double dipping. I'm obviously gonna do it. It's just
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's like I keep getting to the cycle where like, all right, that's it. I will sell my PS5. It's not like, dude, it's not. It's ever since I finished Death Stranding 2, I have not turned this console on. I have no reason to. I don't play on PlayStation. I play on PC, but like I really love Death Stranding 1, and dude, I just there was like it would be different if there was like a release date for like the PC release, but there
Mhm,
isn't one.
mhm.
There wasn't it. And I
Yeah,
know why
yeah,
they, I mean, they
totally.
do that to give people like me the FOMO.
Yeah.
Um but I think this is kind of a good transition because I want to ask. There is speculation. I'm gonna share my screen for this too,
Yeah,
and
go ahead.
I'm going to also I'm doing this right. Hope I didn't just dox myself randomly. But um so there's I don't know how I don't know how familiar you are with these claims, but there's obviously speculation that's been going on since the first trailer came out that this could be the very first game we see that has a base $100 price tag. You know, it says amid the
Holy shit.
speculation, new research has suggested that $100 price point though would actually earn Rockstar less money than it went for the sweet spot of 70. Now, it also says Take Two's CEO Strauss Zelnick is often asked how much GT6 will cost, with some predicting fans would be willing to fork out $100 for what is expected to be the biggest entertainment launch of all time. And each time he's asked, Zelnick danced on the question, pointing to delivering value for customers. Now, I know you aren't familiar, but Mario Kart World, believe it or not, was the first game to be charged at $80 base.
God damn.
Yes, Mario Kart World costed $79.99 at launch.
Dude, they're
Um,
milking the fuckers, bro.
um. So now, here's an interesting question. It's like he that I want to highlight this point here. Um,
See,
because
the thing
that's
is that that's the thing. It's like GTA
do you
wasn't GTA like its
yes,
record sales?
GTA 5 I think still holds the record for the top fast selling piece of entertainment in history. I think um it sold either near a billion in the first 24 hours or maybe first week. Let's just double check that.
That's just straight cash. That's just
One
not cash. I mean, people probably put on
entertainment.
credit, but
Entertainment record did GTA 5 break when it came out? I try to remember. What was it? Oh, that's good. Oh.
what?
Broke several record sponsors release, including the fastest entertainment property to gross $1 billion and the highest revenue generated by an entertainment product in 24 hours. It also became the best selling video game and action adventure video game in 24 hours.
Yeah,
Dude, so
yeah.
with that being said, I and everyone in the kind of like this gaming circle is taking like bets, and I for some reason I think they're going to do it. I truly believe they're going to try to charge $99.99 for this game when it comes out on
Hey, if
PlayStation.
I were this, yeah, hell yeah, I'd be the shit. I'd try to milk these fuckers dry, man.
But as this article points out, though, they think that that could actually hurt them by not making it 60 or 70. I don't think it'll be
Mm.
60 for sure. I think it's gonna be probably $70 or $80. But I can see them, and I really do believe they will probably charge $100 for it.
Considering how big this franchise is and how many people have been waiting for this, like the
Yeah, the
hype
hype is
is there. Like people are hooked, and the way these companies make their money is literally by the first week or the first day. That's how they make their margins. That's how
I
they make their
mean,
revenue.
for instance, let's go to the fucking. Let's see here. GT6 trilogy. So many
Yeah, let's
views.
just let's
The
just watch. I
the
mean, let's just even watch the trailers.
oh shit. Have you ever seen it yet?
I have, but it's been a minute.
Oh, I'll say we have to watch. I'm more want to show you the views. Like, dude, 135
Oh my
million
god.
views. Like, that is insane. It's just like I know these ones aren't real.
And it's set in Florida, right?
Yeah, it's
Or
set in
Cali?
Florida. It's set in Florida. It's set in Florida. I don't know why these fake trailers are
They're just trying to bank on views.
actually
They're just trying
maybe
to view farm.
as I was say because they all have different openings. Unless they,
It's just AI slop.
you think this is AI? Yeah,
I
this
mean,
is.
look at the no, the
Oh well, I see the
go back
distance
the
here.
if you go back, you can tell. Like, look at the thumbnail. It's AI slop. This is AI.
Oh yeah, I can see it now. Yeah. But regardless, point of matter is it's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
very highly anticipated like product. And
Absolutely.
I think it's interesting because you know it's I mean it's going to break so many fucking records. It's going to sell like hotcakes. It's going to move consoles. It's going to oh
Thinking
my.
about the servers, man.
I mean, I'm look. I'll be honest. Like, I'm more interested in it for this campaign for sure. Just the story mode. Like, I mean, I think I have like literally on PC alone, literally more than 1,000 hours on like
Wow.
GTA 5. Now, a lot of that is, I mean, multiple story playthroughs, lots of online playthroughs. But I've done like a lot of stuff in the Rockstar editor. Like, it's just such I mean, with the mods for GTA 5, it's just such a polished experience, and like, I mean, that's one game that could probably satisfy you for like. What worries me is like, dude, we're probably not going to get GTA 7 for like 15 plus years. Like, I was,
You're thinking about
I
the
was,
next one when this one's not been out.
I started like I literally started high school when this game came out, and I'll be finishing my masters when the next one comes out. It's like it's just like dude, like I'm by the time 7 comes out, I'll probably have um my kids will probably be playing it.
It's so
Like
funny.
dude, like it's actually insane, man. Like
Yeah.
how long it takes these titles to come out. Um would you though? Would you pay $100?
See, to me, to me, video games definitely has changed. Like the way I play video games has changed. Now it's just, I only, I'm not willing to forgo, because again, back to a previous discussion, a lot of my time is spent at work or training or, other hobbies. Video games definitely has got knocked down in terms of priorities. And so, in the limited time that I do have for video games, I just want to play games that I've just had nostalgic value with. That is to say, Darksiders,
Yeah.
right? Which they announced the fourth game, which I'm super excited for. I'm gonna throw a shit ton of money at. Um, But yeah, like GTA isn't. It's something I enjoyed playing socially, but not to the extent that you play it, right? Like I don't have like 1,000 hours, right? But like if I'm just like fucking around with friends, trying to like troll people, that's like amazing. I love doing that. I love fucking with people on GTA.
I mean, everything's time boxed to me as well, and I think we're gonna get better at that, especially like here. Like, just try to allocate more time for my hobbies, like in gaming, because like as we talk, it's an escape for me. Um, I always thought it was kind of funny though, because like, nah, I was gonna say something, but it really doesn't work. You have that. Oh yeah, let me drop $100 on this restaurant, but God forbid I'm gonna pay $100 on this video game. I don't know. In my mind, I'm just like, one will last a lot longer than one dinner date. I just That's just me. Again, I know maybe that's a really silly comparison. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I can. If you really want to get into that discussion, I can.
yeah, let's hear
Well, there's obviously like there's some context behind spending $100 on a dinner date or something, right?
I mean, yeah, I
Um,
mean, that's probably the maintenance fee of like just dating someone. Just
dude said maintenance.
I need to shut up right now.
um,
I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
huh.
Uh, but I would do it.
But yeah, to your point, yeah, I mean, well, that's because you like the game. I don't know if I'd drop 100. I'd probably pirate it, or
What the?
I just don't think I would get. I don't think I would get my value out of it because GTA is that one game where it's just like you have to really play a lot. And for the record,
I mean, do you
when Final
really?
Fantasy, huh?
Be honest. I mean, let's just be fair. Like, do you really? Like, I mean, the story for GTA 5 was like amazing, dude.
I don't think $100 is worth playing just for the story mode in GTA 6. Hence why I don't think I'm going to purchase it. Right?
Would it be worth? I'm not trying to justify like the $100 cost. I'm more saying like, what would GTA 6 have to be for you to be warrant $100 price tag? Like, what's more important, like the fidelity of the graphics, the gameplay, the story, the online, the amount of detail that's probably going to be there. Like, I mean, it's
There's something more. There's something deeper. It goes even more abstract than that. Like for Final Fantasy 16 or for Witcher, I really like the medieval, fantastical type of environment. Right? For GTA, it's nothing like that.
yeah, it's
So
just
it's
fucking
just
modern. This is modern
yeah,
life.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just it's just post-industrial misery, and I don't that setting
You
just
don't
doesn't
subscribe
do
to
it for me.
that stuff anymore.
No, 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 it just doesn't do it for me. But like Witcher, or Final Fantasy or Darksiders, like I love the fucking fantastical, like you know multi fucking species, multi-dimensional astral realm type shit. I just like fantasy type games. um
I would see.
Darksiders.
That's kind of interesting you say that because like my problem with some fantasy games and fantasy movies is that for me, I think you could tell with especially how the Minecraft mod packs I put out, the mods I like, I crave the realism, I crave the immersion. I feel like for me, fantasy's hard because like that disconnect is so obvious. Like, yeah, it's fancy. Like, I'm not actually gonna see this in potentially in real life, but Dark Souls that one exception of a franchise that I really really loved. I would love to see another Dark Souls entry personally.
Absolutely, same here. Dark Souls is such a fascinating, fascinating IP. Like the lore goes so deep.
It's just
and
dark.
it's
It's like dark. It's just
it's
dark. That's all it
extremely
is.
depressing. It's such a depressing universe. Um, and honestly, just like the builds that you can do, the bosses that you fight, the
The
soundtrack,
music and the soundtrack and the environments are what I think
nothing
gold about it.
nothing could replace that eerie nostalgic feeling of playing Dark Souls 1 where you like get to Firelink Shrine and you speak to that one dude, forgot his name, but it's just like, he's basically telling you how you have to go and like ring the essentially you have to
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
because you essentially become hollow, right? Like
yeah.
everyone's destined to become hollow and you lose your mind and you're just one instance, you're just one of millions, right? That's chosen to sort of go relink the whatever the fuck.
No, I know what you're trying to say, man. I do. I wasn't the biggest fan of like yeah, I beat Elden Ring. I just wasn't the biggest fan of the open world aspect.
Elden Ring is different. I didn't like Elden Ring.
I think there's a it's controversial take for sure. Like I can understand why a lot of people love Elden Ring. I do. I just think there's a charm in the linear aspect that Dark Souls had because it more or less can't force you to experience the game in a way the developers mostly intended. Now you can do that in Elden Ring too if you just follow the lights over and over again, going to area and area. But um, there's in Elden Ring you could get so off track. Like those bosses in Elden Ring, I didn't even know you could fight because I did a very blind playthrough. Um, my ex at the time, but I remember in Dark Souls, yeah, there could be a lot of bosses I missed, but I hit a majority of them. Like, a good example I like to use is like, I'm forgetting that location in Dark Souls, the golden area. Was it Indoor, Alordor, or Anolondor or Elo,
Anor Londor, yeah, yeah.
whatever.
Anor Londo, yes.
Your
Yes, with
first
Ornstein and Smough.
exactly. I was gonna say, dude, like your first encounter with Ornstein and Smough
You
was
were stuck on that boss for a long dude, your build was so dog shit. No offense. Like I don't know what the fuck you were doing.
dude, I
Just
was,
fat rolling everywhere.
dude,
Like
I beat 1 and 3 fat rolling, bro. I don't know how
like
I did, but like I did, dude. Like it was, I struggled a lot. Just,
dude was just stuck on that boss, man.
fat rolling though did not work out for Elden Ring. I couldn't do it. Like it, they were just moving too fast. Like I remember like I can't remember what boss was it, dude. I think it may have been oh god, dude, what was it? So I can't remember what it was, but like I would just roll and get hit mid rolls. Like my iframes weren't enough. Like I just it was painful, man. It was so painful. Um, oh my goodness. Nah, I'm just
This is such an enjoyable thing to
yeah,
watch.
no,
But
it's really fun watching people who don't know anything about Souls games kind of play them. Like, and that's. But I feel like that's
great
what made
job.
it
You did
fun.
great. You yeah, yeah. You
Like
did great.
I didn't look up anything. I just kind of played.
Yeah, and you ended up wearing the what's his face Havel's armor set.
Yeah, Havel's
You
armor
ended up
set.
yeah.
Dude, I loved it. I loved it. I loved Havel's armor set. It looked ridiculous um, but it was a lot of fun.
You had a lot of points. Yeah, it was fun.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited for these games to come out. I really
GTA.
am. Yeah, GTA, fucking
You should speak more on Death Stranding, man. Like I know you said that you got a whole console just for that game. What about Death Stranding does it for you?
mm, it's like it's like such a realm of escapism and story. Like it's literally like it's like literally playing and experiencing a long cinematic movie. And you haven't played it, obviously, so I can't spoil, and I'm not gonna spoil shit. But like it ties and teases a third entry so well with the first game. Like it's let me put it this way. It's Hideo Kojima being Hideo Kojima in all the right ways. Like I remember it I think what made Death Stranding 2 before like let me answer this question this way.
Yeah,
Before I
go ahead.
bought it, right? Like why did I
Mhm.
decide to get a console just for this one game? And I'm gonna answer after I beat it. Why to justify it. It was because Death Stranding 1, I played that game in a very kind of rough patch in my life. At the
Mhm.
time, I was going through a really shitty breakup and I had a lot of free time
Yeah.
on my hands. I think honestly, I was playing that game. Um, was I doing it during when I got laid off, or was it more just? I think I was still working at yeah, I think I was still at Ursula Young, honestly, and I was playing. My off time. I had a lot of free time, right? I wasn't with
Yeah.
anyone. I had weekends, so I was able to just play that game a lot and really get into that story like immensely. Um, Learning about Dead Man, Die Hard Man, Sam, um,
Yeah.
uh, Milia, Fragile, just like
BP,
yeah,
BB.
yeah, BB, and like just learning about all these. The world of Death Stranding is so interesting, so intricate, is depressing. I think
Oh,
that's why I was so drawn into it because like there's so much you really don't know and so much you can learn and there's so many questions like the fact that like if you used to like kill yourself you turn into a nuclear explosion and you take out an entire city with you.
yeah.
It's just like it's so because I remember everyone would dog on it and make jokes like it's like well UPS simulator, Amazon simulator, and yeah, like I make the jokes too because it's funny, but like there's a type of peace and tranquility with the game that I love so much, and it's just calming in a way. Like it's really nice to kind of build like the infrastructure in this game to kind of help you build. And I feel like knowing that, yeah, it may be a single player game, but you can still see builds from other people. Other people can help you out. You make those kind of connections with other people's single player worlds. I think that was a really unique way they did that title for sure. It was just fantastic. And so beating that game, and then getting to the second one, right? Knowing everything I know now, when I finished the end of the second game, it it's been one of those games where it left me with that holy shit moment that I think only very few pieces of entertainment has done that. Like it's like up there with like moments in like Godzilla minus one, moments in like Red Dead Redemption 2, moments like that in like Avengers, Infinity War, Avengers Endgame. Like it's like one of those moments in like entertainment where like just jaw dropping holy hell moments where like this build up has kind of been worth it. Um and I mean it's just so underrated. Like it's so underrated. Like there is like it was filled with laughter, filled with moments where like I just have no idea what's going on. But then when things like when you like I remember the first Death Star is like this, but when you like hit the credits, there's still like 2 to 3 more hours of like cutscenes to go through.
Mhm.
Like
It's kinda like with Red Dead too, I mean,
I mean like after
yeah, the prologue,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
the epilogue,
after
epilogue.
or sorry, yeah, the epilogue.
Yeah, like the epilogue is still hours of content still,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it ties into how the first
Yeah.
games, and
How the
it's
first
just
game, yeah, beautiful. It was just such a beautiful transition. Beautiful. Man, I gotta replay Red Dead, man.
it's it's
That
awesome,
game
dude.
is. It really reels you in, man. Like all the side characters you end up meeting, and
But that's one of the reasons why I'm so excited for GTA 6 because like that game is
yeah, it's the
going to
same.
push the envelope in detail and side missions and like I'm
Yeah, I can
I'm
see. I can see, man.
I'm hoping that this is gonna be worth the wait because like you know how they could say there could be so much hype for something that people's expectations could probably never be met. Like there's the expectations for this title are so insanely high that it really makes me wonder like will this game actually live up to what people are wanting it to be? I
Right.
think it will. I just want a damn good story out of it. Like I consider Grand Theft Auto 5 story to be just still immaculate. I know it's like a take on like I think Heat, something LA crime, but like um really just comes out of good character writing, dude. It really does. It's like
Yeah, yeah,
if they make you care about the characters, what they're going
yeah.
through.
Of course. If they can just make it relatable, which I mean
I
they
mean,
have.
it's gonna be a Bonnie and Clyde story.
Yeah.
So like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I mean, I can two people fall in love, they get into crime together. I mean, there's a lot of potential there, a lot of potential. So I can see it. I can see it going down a Bonnie and Clyde type of avenue for sure. But I know we're hitting like the almost like the hour mark. And we're gonna make it a shorter episode today. So I'm cool with calling this episode for now. If you're down,
Yeah, I mean we talked about a lot.
yeah. All right. Well, everyone. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Whenever you're listening to this in the morning, the afternoon, evening, night, whatever. Thank you for listening into this episode of the workshop. And see, we're doing better. We did another episode the very next week, so we're gonna stay
Yeah.
consistent. All right. Have a good one, everyone. Take it easy.
Take it easy.